we can talk about the big news of the day, at least so far.
Oh, that's right.
The DeAndre Hopkins release from Arizona. So definitely big news there. And
What are your thoughts, Dan? I
let's
know you were big on Marquise Brown, like kind of prior to this news, so you must be happy with this.
Yeah, if you've got Marquise Brown on your team, this is great news because that makes him basically the alpha here. It's also great news for anybody who has Rondale Moore because he steps up as well. So overall, this is gonna any Cardinals that you own, it's probably going to help them more than it hurts them. And then looking at it from the other side, now DeAndre Hopkins, he was difficult to trade because he had such a huge contract, right? But by being released, now that contract is no longer applicable. So
More
any
appealing.
team can come up with, they can get creative with how they fit them into their salary cap. So of course, as fantasy players, we want to see him land someplace really fun, like Buffalo or Kansas City or something like that. I mean, those places would be a ton of
Dallas
fun.
or
Yeah.
it's always the same teams, Dan. Like there's no more Green Bay now that Rodgers is gone. Now maybe it'll be New York. Everyone's
Now,
going
now,
to New York.
well, of course, you have to mention the Patriots because every time any receiver gets released, you always have to say, well,
There's
go to the
history
Patriots.
too, though, right? With Hopkins and the Patriots,
Yeah,
like
and
meaning the new OC.
Bill O'Brien, yeah. I'm not sure that's necessarily the history that we're looking for here. I don't know if Bill O'Brien would necessarily have any interest, but who knows? Maybe life without DeAndre Hopkins might have convinced him that it's better to have him than not have him. So
You never realize what you're missing, Dan, until it's gone, right?
yeah, I'm still putting the Patriots as a dark horse. I think they're a little bit less likely of a landing spot.
Yeah.
But I do think Buffalo is interesting. I think the Chiefs are interesting. I think you could probably say the Saints are interesting as well, and they would be a team that might try to make a move like that. Tennessee, I'm sure, would love to add a receiver of that caliber. So, there's a few spots where he could end up. But one thing's for sure, when that nuke lands, he's going to blow up some other wide receiver.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's the tough part when there's movement, right? There's gain and there's loss, and if you're holding
yeah.
the bag on somebody who's in that landing spot, especially at the receiver position, is definitely going to affect them. But we'll see where that's, it still makes it fun though. That opens up opportunities to trade and go get your guy. Do you see opportunity to go buy? We've talked a couple times how Kyler's been a value especially in Superflex and just in drafts in general. In Dynasty right now, Superflex, is this another opportunity to go try to get Kyler? Are you shying away from Kyler? What's your thoughts on?
No, I'm not. I'm not really shying away from him. I mean, if you're buying Kyler, you're basically saying either I'm deep enough at quarterback that I can afford to make this move, or I am retooling right now, and I'm just gonna punt this year, and I'm gonna work on being competitive for 2024. I think those are the kind of teams that are looking for Kyler right now.
All right, and of course we like James Conner. This, if anything, more ground game action for JC,
Right.
Which is great for our bags.
If you're a nuke owner, I mean, this is great too because there's potential you can sell on the speculation here. If somebody's convinced, oh, he's going to the Chiefs or he's going to the Bills or something like that, now might be the time to strike. More likely, it's going to be wherever you wait until the dust settles, and it's unlikely to be any worse than Arizona. So, more than likely, the value of your Hopkins shares has just climbed.
Yeah, I think you're definitely happy as a Hopkins owner. Situation can only get better.
He can pick it. He can pick his spot too. And I think he's probably not as interested in the money as he is in maybe getting a chance to win a title. So hopefully that kind of steers him towards a better offense.
Like Patty Mahomes, Dan. He's just there for the legacy.
Yep.
100 million, 200 doesn't matter. just all legacy and chips.